Hello and welcome everyone to Esports Factions Rainbow Six Rivals. So we will head into the second matchup of the day as Meraki Gaming will be facing off against Gqom clan, I believe it is. I don't know how to pronunciate that. Chat, maybe help us. Anyway, we're headed to Coastline, one of the staple maps of basically all these matches we've seen thus far in the previous weeks of Esports Factions Rainbow Six Rivals. But yeah, this is sure to be a pretty good one. Let's head straight into this.
Yeah, let's do it. As for the name pronunciation, I don't know. It could be Gqom. Gqom. I don't know. Does that sound right? Does that sound about right?
Maybe. I mean, a GQ combo isn't really one you see a lot in English, so yeah. I guess we can make something up here.
Yeah, in any case, we're going to be getting into those spicy bans. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Thatcher ban coming through, maybe a Hibana ban coming through.
Thatcher, actually.
All right, there's the Thatcher. Yeah, okay, so that's the first one. Hashtag predicted.
Reddit gave us the answers. But Thatcher, I mean, Coastline, where do you really use them? I've been wondering about this quite a lot. Like,
yeah, same.
Where do you actually use Thatcher on Coastline? But nonetheless, Nomad, the second attacking ban, that's a pretty common one, especially on Coastline. I mean, the hallways are just so small. You can place someone on the one side of the hallway and it'll get you on the other. You can't really run around it. So Nomad, it's a pretty big one to ban out. Heading into the defensive ban now. Let's see what Meraki takes off the board. Gqom, probably trying to go for those, or maybe countering that 22nd meta play. Quite an interesting one. Let's see how that works out, especially on kitchen service. That's a pretty big one. The Gqom can help you a lot there. Last defender ban will be calling a Maestro, maybe. Oh, Echo, the other intel op.
Yeah, close, but no cigar. Hashtag pun intended. But yeah, so we're going to be seeing a pretty standard set of bans. Of course, the Nomad coming out usually. Every now and then we see that ban coming through. A lot of people don't like to see Nomad coming out just because she does offer quite a bit of power. She is a pretty popular pick on the attacking side, so you just take that off the board, let them play something else. But yeah, just in terms of where do you see Thatcher on this map, I'm thinking, obviously Thatcher has that potential to destroy utility, destroy gadgets. And even though you're not clearing a wall for hard breaching, because usually that's what you want to use Jackal. I mean, not Jackal. I just see the Jackal there. Even though that's what you want to use the Thatcher for, in this particular map, you don't really have that many big doorways, or walls that you want to open up with Thatcher. But he could still potentially take away some of the utility that you may not want him to take away. So that's potentially why the ban still comes through. Or maybe they're just respecting the Thatcher, who knows?
Respect the oldest operator in the game. Give him some off time. But look at Jaeger, actually. He's taken damage. That's a bit of a yikes.
Yeah, you never want to see that coming out right in the beginning of the game. So it's going to be not only a little bit of damage onto the team, but that's actually going to be the Jaeger taking that damage, which is going to make that a little bit interesting, considering now he probably has to play a lot more defensively than he might want to.
Yeah, I believe that is quite literally the earliest I've seen a player take damage in a game. So kudos to Gqom clan, already proving me, or surprising me, I guess.
Yeah, I think the quickest thing I ever saw was like a spawn and like an immediate headshot coming out there because there was something that the guy wanted to shoot or something like that. So I think I've seen one where it's like somebody gets headshot in the first 1 second of the game. So. But yeah, you usually don't see that coming through, so that's a bit unfortunate. But whatever. We'll see if it comes to be a detriment or not.
Well, he's on low HP, but he gets the first kill. Jaeger now spray transferring onto second. He knows he's there on that balcony, whips out the P12, looking to get that final kill. The hatch is open above him. Yes, he needs to worry about that. But yeah, he's gotten the first kill of the game. That's the Hibana, a pretty big one, especially for the Suka billiards. But IQ now answering back with the LMG, G8A1 in hand, gets the kill into the smoke. As well, a pretty big one, and Jaeger now as well dropped. So the attack is answering back to that early kill from the Jaeger. Gets the Valkyrie as well, rotating through the main hallway. Sledge with a very aggressive peek there. Double kill for him on the round. Now on a 4v2, Ash starting to pressure into this luggage area to, I believe that is the Mute playing inside of Aqua. Starts to destroy the shield. He needs to back off behind that sofa area. Does get the kill onto the Ash. Now starting to equalize out this man count.
A bomb has been located.
Yeah, we're sitting here on a 2-3 right now, and the frags are just coming through. Easy claps for the attackers there. We're able to just clean things up towards the end there. Very interesting. A lot of very quick gameplay action kind of coming through there. We didn't really see any time being played for. It was mostly just the frags really, and the refrags that were the main key component to that round.
I mean, I think only one attacking player actually got onto site there. That was the Ash that came from Aqua's side. So literally all the gunfights just happening inside of VIP as well as Aqua area. So well done to Meraki. They take that first one in a pretty decisive round.
Yeah. So we're going to be seeing a Jackal coming out here once again. Interesting that he's sort of risen a little bit in terms of the popularity scale. Just the sheer power of his ability to pick out those roamers, pick out those enemy operators from a distance, just based on the footsteps, kind of being utilized a little bit more in competitive play. So that's very interesting to see. Ultimately, though, we've still got the normal sort of setup. We've got the IQ. That's a sort of a classic pick, a must-have nowadays in competitive Siege. You want to be able to take away a lot of the util, and she is pretty much the single best at doing that. Once you have the Thatcher off the board and you don't really want to use anything else. We've seen a lot of players become very proficient at her as well, picking her up and just playing vertically, taking out the utility from above or below, so she can offer quite a lot of power there. And of course, you have classic Sledge, you got the Ash, just a lot of boom explosions, and then you have the Hibana, which is a very strong pick on this map. So yeah, pretty standard setup there coming up from the attackers. On the defense side, we have the Rook and the Smoke, the Valkyrie, the Legion, and the Mozzie. It's a little bit of time-wasting operators there, and of course that Rook going to be coming in spicy there for the gunfight.
Looking at Mozzie and Valkyrie, the one is running a shield and the one is running barbed wire, opting to not take one of the strongest pieces of utility, the C4. Gotta question that one, but let's see how it works out for them. Probably needing that extra bit of, that shield and that bit of barbed wire. But now SADW on the Hibana already starting to pressure Cool Vibe stairs. The Mozzie, seemingly oblivious to his position, does win the gunfight, however. Great kill there. The opening one going on to the Hibana. No damage taken by the Mozzie. So really a good trade there for the defensive team of Gqom.
Yeah, that's actually a really well-placed set of barbed wire there, because that Hibana walking up there had to make one choice between either moving forward through the barbed wire to try and challenge the person that was most likely going to be on the staircase, or actually smacking the barbed wire, which both also gives away your position, which means that in either case, no matter what they choose, they're going to be somebody swinging off of stairs. So you're going to have to take the fight, which is what the Hibana tried to do, and she ended up losing that one. So that's actually a very big brain placement for the barbed wire there.
So basically, I'll be damned. Take the barbed wire instead of the C4.
Yeah.
Proving me wrong already.
Well, I mean, if you can't guarantee yourself getting that C4, then, picking up another piece of utility and utilizing it with that big of a brain, there we go. Easy.
Easy claps. IQ now repelling onto this this window here. Seemingly does spot a player down behind the bar in hookah. Maybe not. He's just jiggle pinking this angle, waiting for a player to pop out his head. Player's just playing oh so passive. Smoke down behind the shield. IQ probably seeing the shield, knowing a player is most likely behind it, but she can't really do anything about it. Spraying through the wall into the hallway area. Ash starting to pressure down below in blue bar as well, looking to push onto these stairs. Jackal, he knows there's a player in luggage. He wants to clear him out, but the Ash actually from down below. This is some big brain. He pressures him out, and the teamwork with the Jackal, they get the kill.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a little bit of hot toes there. We're gonna see Bongani going down there as well. So that's the first one, the second one getting dropped as well. Now it's a 2v3.
Yeah, Gqom did well to answer back. They got the kills on the players. And now Ash and IQ left last live. The two fraggers on the board. Spots the legs of the smoke. Gets the kill. Now they have hallway as well as hookah control. They can maybe get this plant down.
That's greatly unfortunate that your legs get spotted there behind the shield. So yeah, there is the bit of sight control there. We're going to be able to see Ash getting that first one there. Now they putting pressure on for the last frag instead of getting the plant down. Very interesting stuff here. They could potentially get the bomb down. This might cost them a lot. They do eventually win the gunfight. That was a little bit of a greed there that could have cost them. But
they were very lucky to get that final kill, because Legion, he dropped the first. If he knew they weren't going for the plant, maybe he could have just backed off. But yeah, nonetheless, round going to Meraki. Heading to Blue Bar and Sunrise now. It's the secondary bomb site, having lost Hookah Billiards twice in a row. Looking to shake things up. Let's see what they can do at Blue Bar Sunrise. It's not one a lot of teams play that often, especially in maybe low tier or even ranked games. But high tier, I've been seeing this one have a bit of a come up. Excited to see how they play that smoke, especially. We've been seeing him play in that cubby area next to pool entrance. So let's see how they decide to play this. They do have both the Wamai and the Jaeger to deal with those throwables. So it's looking like a pretty good setup for them.
Yeah, and of course you do also see that there's a couple of a little bit of access to potential access to deployable shields there. Of course, Wamai can bring them out. I'm pretty sure Valkyrie can bring one out, and I'm not 100% sure if Mute or Smoke can bring one out as well.
No Smoke can as well, so...
Okay, so it's just the Wamai and the Valkyrie bringing those deployable shields out there. So they do have them stocked up based on those particular picks, which is interesting because, you know, that's sort of an interplay that I see between operators and then Goyo. You know, either you pick up the Goyo and then you have the 2 shields for yourself in that one single operator, or you pick up 2 other operators that can do other stuff that also have deployable shields, which is, I think, a little bit more effective in terms of thinking about it that way. In any case, like you said, we've got the Wamai, the Jaeger, a lot of util denial, then of course that Mute, and then the Smoke with the potential to get a little bit of zoning control. Then speaking of zoning control, where I'm interested to see how people start to utilize some of the new operators gadgets there. And a very quick rush coming in there, or from Sledge, able to catch out the Mute there on the rotate.
Yeah, now I believe 3 attackers are currently situated in kitchen, as well as Ash. She's pressuring into service side, so it's looking like a quick rush for them. Already netted 1 kill from it. So let's see what they can do with this. The Valkyrie is playing in that office side, laying this Ash's push into service side. As well as Sledge and the boys, they're pushing into kitchen. Let's see what they can do with this. Valkyrie does get the kill onto the Ash. Oh, actually, no. Wrong way around. Valkyrie is still alive. Ash somehow got a kill onto the Jaeger, but now a flurry of kills coming out of 5-2 man count now. So another player is dropped, and this is just looking like another lockout for Meraki.
Yeah, this really is Sledge and the boys rushing in and just getting frags there right now. It's Wamai and Valkyrie, last ones left alive, trying to defend this against the plant. There comes the last one. Now it's up to Valkyrie. Can they do anything in a 1v5? I don't think it's possible here. Just puts it from all sides. There it is. Flawless round from Meraki Gaming.
Jackal tracks with the pincer being held on you. What can you do? Meraki take it in a flawless round. Oh.
Please bring out the Blitz. Just do it.
Want to see it. There's still potential for a 6-pick. Don't give up hope.
Yeah, but we probably won't see it.
Yeah, I mean,
Gaming just gonna pop in with Sledge and the boys once again.
I mean, on Coastline, thinking about it, it's not that strange of a pick because, I mean, if you rush down a hallway with the shield in front of your face, theoretically it could work. So,
yeah.
I mean, the whole point of Blitz is essentially you are extremely strong taking a one-on-one, but if you get flanked, you're kind of screwed. So, I mean, with these long and tight hallways, I don't see why a Blitz theoretically could not work.
I mean, a Blitz could work if it's Blitz and the boys running through down the hallway. You know, you just Blitz with 4 of the rest of your teammates behind you, just being your eyes and ears on every other side. You could just charge ahead in the front. I mean, it has a little bit of merit, but it is a little bit of a meme. I don't think we're going to be seeing that in a sort of competitive environment. But I mean, I could be wrong. I'm seeing plenty of interesting things happening with competitive teams. We've seen teams picking a bomb site 5 times in a row. We've seen a lot of stuff. So I definitely can't put it outside of the realm of possibility. But for now, we're not going to be seeing anything like that. It's going to be standard setups from pretty much all sides right now. Nothing too crazy going on as far as anything is concerned in terms of operator lineup. So yeah.
Rook is actually already taking damage. I don't know if that's off a spawn peak, because we know Rook, he's most likely the culprit of an early spawn pick. Got that MP5 ACOG, but as well Mute now taking a lot of damage. That is from the window repel, I believe, and he does a lot of damage onto the Valkyrie as well. Now the IQ as well, pressuring onto this hookah, onto this hookah balcony, but now Bandit answering back with a frag onto Hero. That's your Ash drop. So finally starting to equalize things out, but HP advantage definitely in favor of the attackers, but Sledge has pushed into this hallway, and now they've just got full control of hookah. Pressuring onto site now as well. There's only a player in Aqua and the rest of the other roamers back in Narnia. So getting the kill on the Rook now. Bandit left last alive. What can he do about this? He's situated outside of luggage and, well, he gets killed. What did I just witness?
You witnessed Sledge and the boys once again making their way on towards the site and just running through everything.
Yeah, I mean, that was really on Sledge if you come down to it, because, I mean, it was still kind of winnable for the defenders, but Sledge just... I don't know how the hell he got himself there, but he was situated in the hallway outside of Hookah, just chilling there, waiting for the player on the stairs to rotate up, finally getting the kill and then rushing into Aqua. So really well played from his side. He really locked out those rotates really well. Heading to Blue Bar Sunrise now once again, looking to see what they can do at the moment. What they can do isn't enough. Their best just isn't working. These guys have lost 4 in a row. Not looking too good for Gqom.
Yeah, right now they need to sort of change something up. Obviously, something has to happen here to get themselves some sort of rounds, because they're going down pretty heavily right now. And the thing is, Sledge and the boys know it. Meraki Gaming, they know it. They've just put all the really big strats to the side and just started running in. And you know, the Sledge party just gets onto a floor and runs over everyone. That's pretty much what it's coming down to now. So yeah, Gqom have to come up with something here.
And it's quite strange, because we've seen Gqom. They are running a lot of information-based operators, but seemingly they just can't keep track of where Meraki is entering and pressuring them. So it's really weird to see, because it just seems like they can't keep up with the pace Meraki is setting.
Information operators, but you can't get the information. Who would have thought? Well, it is going to be once again pretty much standard, except for the fact that your boys from the Gqom clan have picked up themselves a cap cannon and Ella. Let's see if that helps them anything. If these cap can traps stop them from just yeeting inside the map with Sledge and the boys, we'll see if that happens now. Of course, that will depend on whether the placement of the Capcan traps has actually been pretty good, and whether or not they're running through those doorways, and if they spot it or not. Of course, we're going to see your boy Sipo going down there. First, Ella dropping. That's not really what you want to see.
Yeah, no matter which operator it is, Ella, I mean, she can pre-place her traps, but losing an operator that early on is never something you want to happen. As well, Valkyrie now getting tracked by the Jackal, and Mute just getting dropped because he wide swung. SADW is injured, the Gqom finally answering back with the kill, but now low HP on Valkyrie and 3 players left last alive. This is looking like a complete lockout as another kill comes out from Gqom. And what can I say about this? 2 players left last alive.
Somebody needs to find out how to actually pronounce that. Man, what is it with gamers and just picking the wackest names that you can ever see? I don't understand.
Well, it looks like that whack name isn't helping them too much. And they are losing 5-0 at the moment, and it's looking like a landslide victory for Meraki, because they... How do I explain this? They are throwing strats out the windows. They are rushing into each and every site. Sure, they're going for roam clear, but when roam clear is your only strat, you don't really have anything further than that setup. It's basically just their teamwork, their drone work, and everything working out from it. Please stick it. I beg of you, Bongani, sorry.
Let's take it. I want to see the Lord Tachanka coming out. I was actually about to say, like, at this stage, like, you could actually just pick all of your operators on the defense side, run to the other side of the map, and hide in a corner at this rate, because it won't really like worsen your chances at winning, to be honest. So, you know, you can kind of start picking up the meme stuff. Good to see that they're at least keeping the composure enough to pick legitimate operators and you know, make sure that everything is still as it should be. But I mean, if I was your boy from Gqom, I'd be picking up something memey right now and just catch Meraki by surprise, because right now that's actually what they need. That's what the GQM clan need, is to catch them by surprise. They need to do something unexpected. And so far, they haven't really done that. They haven't really given Meraki Gaming anything that they haven't been able to deal with so far.
And it's quite hard to see that when a team just... They're doing everything they can, but it's just not working. I don't know if it's that they haven't warmed up as well, because if you see only one player on Gqom really performing, that's Sipo, and even then he doesn't have that many kills considering we're 5 rounds in. So at the moment, is it Gqom just not waking up in this match, or is there something deeper wrong with this?
I mean, to be honest, I'm gonna say this is a little bit of a duality here. I'm gonna say that on the side of Meraki Gaming, they have, you know, we've been talking about Sledge and the boys a whole bunch, but I mean, Sledge is sitting there on like 11 frags or something silly. You know, like he's just
11
kind of
for
been,
one.
yeah, he's just been running away with everything now. He hasn't been taken down. So on one side, it's perhaps the skill of Meraki Gaming or just the ability to do whatever they need to do. But on the other side, it's also something to do with GQOM just not being able to sort of answer back or being able to do anything, you know, worthwhile. They're not winning the gunfights they need to win. They're not being able to stop anything of the rushes. You know, when your boy Sledge can just kind of smack open a wall and run inside, and there's nothing you could do about it because you can't win the fight, you can't hold the angle, then I mean, obviously, there's nothing you're going to be able to do against that. You know, right now we can see Jaeger, he's got the potential to be able to take someone out here, but he's not landing the shots he needs to land. There's like 3 players in here. He's just going to get taken down. Another flawless round from Meraki Gaming. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing else really to be said at this stage. It's just GQM not able to answer back with what's going on in Meraki Gaming. They're just given free reign.
Damn, that was some fast talking, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, it is my job.
Yeah, I mean, it's necessary when a round just collapses just like that. I mean, what I saw there was just the players weren't on site, and quite literally every single on Gqom died because he was being held by a pincer. The player off-site in billiards got killed from a pincer. The one on-site in what's that called? Theater, pincer. Jaeger, there at the top of stairs, pincer. The rest of them, I assume it came down to the same thing. But at the moment, Meraki is just running away with this. They are peeking every angle, and they are winning every gunfight.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of mentally crushing as well as we go into the second half here. You can see Meraki, they're on that match point. They win one more and they win. And GQM, they kind of know that. They realize that. They know they have to pull off this attacking side pretty much flawlessly, pretty much perfectly in order to bring themselves back any sort of fighting chance, which at this stage doesn't look ultra viable. You know, just with the way that Meraki Gaming are kind of looking in this sense, they seem very prepared. They seem very capable. They know what they're doing, and you know, you can't just expect to be able to beat them on any sort of level at the moment, because right now, you know, usually if a team is lacking on the strat side, then, you know, at least they have some sort of ability to take gunfights. But when you're losing strats and you're losing gunfights, like, that's really going to come back to bite you. There's nothing you can do about that. It's just a matter of practice and you know, learning, and that's pretty much all you have to do. Right now, we're going to be seeing a little bit of a cheeky spawn peek there. Nothing coming out of it just yet, but I mean, that just shows you the confidence of Meraki Gaming. I mean, this is actually, spawn peeking is something that I think I'd want to see a little bit more of in competitive Rainbow Six, because it's actually something that a lot of teams don't consider when they're running. A lot of the time, especially at the higher level, we see people running along the side of a building and not really respecting the fact that there's a potential for spawn peeking there. And I think that a lot of people just cast that aside and say, no, this is a really competitive match. The players are really good. They're not going to be spawn peeking. But I think that mindset is going to come back to bite you, especially if a team just decides, all right, we're going to spawn peek here and see if people are actually ready for it. Because all you need to do is get that one round of spawn peeking, and you never have to spawn peek again. Then you can go back to normal strats. As long as you get that first defense round off, you get free spawn peek kills. You know, you get yourself the first round, and that's like a really great thing you can snowball off of. So right now we're going to be seeing Meraki Gaming. They've already gotten themselves 2 frags just off the bat there. There's 1 minute and 54 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time to work with, but I mean, Meraki, they're happy in this stage. They can just kind of sit around waiting for something to happen, and then, you know, ostensibly just win the gunfights.
I mean, talking about these spawn peaks, even if it doesn't net you anything, just the mental breakdown it causes of dying so early on into the round, it wrecks you. You then are scared of it for the rest of the game, and it wastes time. So even if it doesn't work out, it's good. And it did work out quite exceptionally well, because 2 players off of the board, and the players on Gqom, there's 2 of them now, as I was about to say 3, left alive, and they're scared for their life. They're looking at each and every angle because they know Meraki has no fear of death. They are peeking everything and they are winning everything. This is some exceptional play here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like I said, it's that duality. You can't expect one single thing to be the issue here. It's just, you know, a combination of a whole bunch of things. You know, Gqom need to go back and just keep hitting the gym in terms of being able to just flex themselves and practice a little bit more. Meraki Gaming, they're going to win that round 7, flawless round once again, and yeah.
I believe that was 3 flawless rounds in a row. Oh,
and
my
an ace,
word.
apparently. Yeah.
Nah, 4K.
But
anyway.
I mean, yeah. There it is. That is the reason. I think Reds was also Sledge as well. So it's literally just been the Reds party. 16 frags there in that game.
1 def.
Really well played.
1 def.
To Meraki. Yeah, I mean the numbers say everything that really needs to be said.
Just quickly before we sign off as well, I want to talk about something. The spawn peek we saw from the mute and the doc, I've never seen a combo where the doc just waits back and says, okay, I'm gonna heal you once you get that spawn peek. That was really something else. But yeah, Meraki Gaming, they take it in the second matchup of the day. Thank you so much for joining. This has been Kanye Diffuse and Patrick Fennick. Subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels, whatever links we have on the screen at the moment. We will be back shortly with the third matchup of the day. So thank you so much for watching, and cheers.
Yeah, cheerio. We'll see you in a bit.